Hi there. I thought I'd do something today on empties because I get sent so much stuff. I don't have a lot of empties, and also I completely forget to keep them so that I can show you. However, I've sort of remembered, so these are sort of nearly empties. So I will kick off with the Lizelle bronzer that I wore literally all summer long. And as you can see, not a lot left of that. Obviously I was favouring that colour mostly, but it's just been a joy to use all summer long, I might say. I've been wearing it since early spring, I think, because I got a pre-sample and I've absolutely loved it, and the proof is there. So if you're after a bronzer, the thing I liked about it is that it doesn't make your cheeks look super sparkly. It just gives like a bronze sheen. So when I say I use it as a bronzer, I've actually used it as a sort of bronze tone blush mainly, because I don't sort of bronze all over my face. Okay, so the next thing up is the Lana Lips, my Sorry Empty Lana Lips, just got the tiniest bit. This must be, I don't know, about my 8th one of these that I've been through, because I wear them all the time. I love them. They're the best balm that I've ever come across. This shade is Dark Honey, and I wear an orange one quite a lot as well, and that's really nice. So these are just like everyday use. They're in every bag. I can't think how many tubes of this I've got in the house, because it's one of my panic buys. I don't ever want to be without it. So that's that one. The Garnier Miracle Skin Perfector, gone. And I'm gutted about this, because this is the product that I use when I get up just before I take the dogs for a walk. I just put a bit of this on instead of full foundation. It's a bit much for the poodles. They don't need me to be all made up, but I do put a bit of this on. Usually, and then a bit of blush and some Lana Lips usually, and that's me kind of done. So it's the no makeup, but there is a bit of makeup look. So that's that one. Next one is Double Buff, Mio Double Buff, the best body exfoliator. I'm sure I've spoken about this one before. It's the best body exfoliator I've ever come across, because it's got enzymes in it. So not only does it have small little, I think it's pineapple enzymes actually. So not only does it have tiny sort of grains, but it's also got the enzymatic action going on, and it leaves your skin so smooth. It's the best one I've ever come across. Love it. Gutted that this will be tube 3, I think, of this. Now what else have I got? Oh, okay. Well, Aromatherapy Associates bath oil. This one is, I don't know what this one is. Oh, Supporting Equilibrium. But again, countless bottles of these I go through because I love it. My bath does not feel like a proper bath unless it's got one of the Aromatherapy Associates oils in it. And I'm not like a big sort of believer in oils make you can alter your mood, but actually I've got to hand it to them. These are just perfect. And Deep Relax is my favourite one. Practically comatose after a deep relax bath if I have it before I'm going to bed. It's just a guarantee of a good night's sleep. It's lovely. So next one up is the Deciem Hand Hyaluronic Concentrate. As you can see, there's not a lot of that left. I've used this on my hands and arms actually, and what can I say? It's like a big sort of infusion of hyaluronic. It feels weird, I've got to say. It's something that you have to get used to, because it doesn't particularly like other products. So you couldn't use it with an oil, because then it does that sort of squirrely thing. But this is just a great one to whoosh on, dries really quickly. Doesn't feel particularly sticky or anything like that, and it just makes your skin feel really sort of soft and hydrated. But then I also use the Deciem hand cream, and oh god, I must be on tube 3 of that as well, I have to say. So that's another one. Kerastars. Well, I've been using this for so long, there's hardly any left in this one, but I do have a spare pot upstairs. I don't like to be without it at all. But I don't know, is this like pot 30, pot 50? I've honestly been using this for 10 years or more, and I love it, and I still haven't gone off it. And it's the Age Recharge mask, and I'm just completely naughty with it because I use it as just like an everyday conditioner. And I just sort of pull it through the length of my hair, rinse it away, and job done. I mean, I do use it as a mask occasionally, but actually it's great as a everyday conditioner, but a very expensive way to condition your hair. So it is definitely one of my little luxuries. And finally, for empties, is my CeraVe hydrating cleanser that I got from eBay. And I wanted to try this brand. I'm going to America soon, actually, so I'm going to try and pick up some more products from this range because I've loved it. I think it's an amazingly good cleanser. I like to use a micellar water. So quite often what I do is I will do one stage of this and then take it off with micellar rather than with water or anything like that. And it just keeps your skin really, really nicely hydrated. So that's it for my empties. It's quite sort of utilitarian empties, nothing particularly glamorous or anything, because as I say, actually I don't really use up. It's quite hard for me to use products actually up. Bobbi Brown glosses I do go through, to be fair, but I try and not stick too much to my routine because then I can't try other things. If I'm determined only to wear particular shades or whatever, then I'm a bit stuck as a beauty blogger. It's a bit difficult. Speaking of beauty blogging, there's been several posts and quite a lot of chat online at the moment about how one's Hayley at LBQ, who's delightful, and also Zoe London, and I'll link their posts in just to see what you think. But it's about, do you have to be beautiful to work commercially as a beauty blogger? And this is a really complex subject because as someone who's like very much older than most other bloggers, you really have to have quite tough skin. So I know that I'm turned down for jobs on age, but on the other hand, my age is going to prove an advantage because what are all the beauty blogs looking at right now? The beauty brands looking at right now? Older women, products for older women. So I would expect to have more commercial work as time goes on, I think, because there aren't many people in my age category that are blogging or vlogging. So whether it's a question of beauty's subjective, first and foremost, and also what brands are looking for are faces that talk to their target audience. And that doesn't necessarily have to be, you don't have to be a model, you don't have to be conventionally beautiful. You have to be honest and open, interested in the product. But do you have to be conventionally beautiful? No, you really don't. However, when you think that most brands have quite a young marketing department and they're absolutely obsessed with the fact that all we want to do is look younger, and they're too young really to make a decision. They feel everything has to be so aspirational and huge promises about 10 years younger, gets rid of your lines and wrinkles, more youthful skin, youth boost, you name it. They are banging on about it if it will make you look younger, with younger obviously being far, far better than your actual age. So I think beauty's being completely redefined actually. So conventionally beautiful, to be a beauty blogger, no, you do not, living proof, you do not have to be that to work commercially. But do you need to fit the brand? Yes, you do. So if you find yourself, if you want to work commercially and you don't fit any brand, then it is going to be difficult. However, if you feel like you fit a brand really, really well, like if you've got green hair, go to the hair dye brands, go to the kind of punky brands, go to the ones that are you. Conversely, if you've got thin hair, for example, because people love problem solution, if you've got thin hair, then you would go to the hair brands and say, look guys, I've got this problem. your product's really helped me. So, I'm sort of living proof of the product. That's the way to get commercial work, is by being proactive and finding the brands that you are most suited to. For me, it's very often going to be things like, it's not going to be acne creams or spot creams, even though women who are older do get that. But like the teen market is quite very, very youth focused, obviously. But at the same time, there are products like foundations. For example, I did some work with Bare Minerals. I've done some work with Garnier, proof that I still actually use the product from that. The Garnier, I did something with Garnier BB cream. So anything that's a kind of universal product for a start is going to be good for young and old. So there are actually so many ways that you can work commercially if you want to. But you have to be proactive about it. It's not like brands are going to sit there and automatically choose you unless you give them a reason that you fit with their brand. So, I do see, being a blogger actually is hard, and a vlogger, because you're on view. And I know from my mauling on the Daily Mail where, everybody thought I was just so ugly, and I genuinely didn't care at all. I knew then that I'd really turned a corner, but you do have to you have to be prepared to take some knockbacks, because there will be times where people do not want you based purely on looks. And I will point out that is exactly the same for actors, models, anybody who's going to be in the public eye. You can be turned down for any little thing, and it's not necessarily something that's just purely about blogging. It's not about that at all. Do the prettier bloggers and vloggers get all the jobs? Yes they do. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other jobs that other bloggers can do that aren't quite as conventionally beautiful. You can eventually, all the pretty ones will be used up. They're cookie cutter. And that's not to insult them in any way, shape or form. I think if anyone is making, a living vlogging or blogging, good for you, go. But there will come a time where all the really well-known ones, and I'm thinking about America maybe now, because there's some huge blogging stars and vlogging stars in America, but all they will have been overexposed. And then that leaves room for the next generation, or people who look a little bit different, who aren't quite so cookie cutter. So it will become a question of finding quirkiness and, going back to absolute blogging and vlogging basics. Is the reason that millions of women read and watch is because they want somebody that they can relate to themselves. They don't want somebody who is flawless. They're not interested in that. So once marketing and the brands really start to think, oh, hang on, maybe we need to be doing things in a different way, and they are starting to think that, then I think that's maybe when us less conventionally beautiful bloggers might get a chance to shine. So basically, just be comfortable with what you have. Be comfortable within your skin. Look for brands that you go, yes, that's me, and get in touch with them. That's a really good way to make things happen, and also to change the cookie cutter landscape. You can change it. It can't all be left to the brands. You have to be a little bit proactive. Anyway, that's it for me. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you very much.